Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa's like investigator. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa's like investigator. So, guys, I know I had said I was gonna go on the roof, but as it was getting closer to the time, it started getting really busy. Okay, so I could not. I couldn't do it. There was a lot of people. Okay, there was a lot of people up there, and it would be too awkward. Okay, especially the conversation today. Huh? I don't want to. How do I say this? It's like I'd rather not. It's nice to be outside. Maybe or I'll try earlier next time when it's not as busy. So, just because this is a new location, not the same location. So anyway, this is obviously like it makes a lot of sense that people come here after work. Okay, so hello, well, here I am. Look in mirror. No, so you know what I'm saying, guys? It's like it was okay, okay. So anyway, guys, so this is it. Like so today, such a big. It's so funny, so not emotional, but intense. Okay, and I don't know if can you hear me? Okay, okay, guys. I guess you can see me. So as I was saying, I tried, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it upstairs. There was a lot of people around, and so I didn't want to be like talking about, "Oh, hi, did they have sex together, huh?" Like that would be awkward. I don't want to be, I don't like to censor myself. Okay, so so this is it. Okay, so how conversation today. So guys, let's get to it. I'm sorry I'm a little late. That's why I was like I got distracted, and I swear I never go in the sun, never. That's why I have nice skin. I never go to the sun. And now I was in the shadow, and I got red here, red. Interesting, no? So anyway, TMI. But I'm not gonna show you, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's interesting. So it's not, but it's nice to be outside, even it's New York, it's like nice to do it. So guys, let's get to information, the questions. Okay. And I know, guys, I was like, so not that I'm like, not that I'm an asshole or something, but I'm combative, when I think it was Elle, she was like, I don't see them. I never thought they had any kind of sexual thing, Ivanka and Daddy. I'm like, really? Really? Oh, hello, Doreen. Hello. Let me just sing a song for everybody here so we can warm them up. Huh? Janet Baratis, Deanna, Jeffy, Milner, Dream, Weaver, Lisa, Kelly, Dorcas, Dodo, Ruth, Richards, Jeffy, Milner, Jess, Rotuna, Jess, Rotuna, Mary, 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 Apple Ice 72, Apple Ice 7, no, Apple Ice 72, Apple Ice 72, Doreen Arnold, Doreen Arnold, Jade LLR, Jade LLR, Roma Smith, Roma Smith. Sorry, guys, it's so silly, right? So it's so silly, but that's why it's very important. Adele calls me on the line. She's calling. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Adele. Yes, I'm booked. I'm booked. I'm sorry. The song they take it. They take songs not for you. No, no, no. I told you, Adele. No, no. It's a hit, Adele. No. No, what are you talking about? What? Anyway, so 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 say the subjects today, huh? Because it's guys, it's so funny. It's like the subjects are hard today, so we have we have we have. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, here. Lisa, Fortune, Lisa, Fortune. Okay, so let's get the question. So anyway, guys, it's not that I'm like a son, like an I'm like, what are you talking about? Because it was so shocking. The thing about, what it is, like the whole everything is shocking about this administration, but something about Ivanka there, were like, hi, how are you? How are you? Like, what the hell is that woman doing? There used to be when I was, young, like a young teenager in Brazil. It was so funny because there used to be the people that you have that parties in the condominium, whatever you call it, in the tall buildings, and the people that were not invited sometimes would show up. We called it penetra. In other words, that was the person who penetrates the ball, like who was like trespasser, basically. There she is, penetra. She was not invited to the party, and there she is. It's a staggering, but it's real. It's really disturbing. So anyway, so let's ask questions, okay? For guys, and by the way, I really have to say also, I really liked the last couple times. Okay, I did I did the live stream like with a Q&A format. I actually really liked it because sometimes I veer toward, I'm almost like too organized, you know what I mean? I do like the questions and everything, but sometimes it's good to just ask the questions even when I, let's say, quote unquote, maybe disagree with the question, or I already know the answer, or it's so much comes up and it's so quick, so I like it. So let's do it this format, okay, with just the visions and the questions, and see what comes up without needing to have like a lot of cards, if you don't mind, okay? Because I feel like it's kind of like this situation, especially. What I like visions are cool, but they're especially good about personality stuff, okay? So so just what I'm saying. So so it's just like I was saying, visions are good for personality. Like especially a situation like this is perfect because it's hard. That stuff is right. Okay, so let's get. I'm gonna have protection. Protection. Okay. Exactly, Mary. No sense of boundaries or property. Exactly. Oh my god, it's like even beyond, because if you guys, when you stop and think about, they're making a joke out of this whole thing. Even the queen, if you think about it, like, I mean, I guess the queen, it was like it's so inappropriate in every level, in every level. So, but anyway, so let me hear. I'm gonna first start. Dear, as for breathing, feel my lungs. Create a circle of light, step into the filter, protection to the connection. I bring everybody on, world connected or protected. And then I asked that only the highest spirits give informations. And I asked also that um that it could create the good and only the good. Guys, and right away, and as I was getting closed, I was like closing my eyes. The spirits were laughing. They're like, "Girl, you need protection, sure," because it's so dirty. The whole thing is it's like dirty, and it feels dirty. The whole thing is sick. It's kind of like, I don't know. To me, it's just it's every day we're angry, but this to me is like, what the hell's going on there? Okay, so so guys, let's get started. The questions. Ooh, oh. Okay. Okay, so as you saw, I had the, so here, go back to post, because I had a lot of questions, like a very detailed questions, but that was how far. Okay, that was how far I went. It went, huh? Because it was. Oh my god. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. Okay, so let's start with, why did Trump decide to bring Ivanka along? Okay, and guys, it's this is a reading. There's a lot of small questions, and they're all gonna come together. So I'm gonna make an effort to answer all of these little questions, and we're gonna have a bigger picture towards the end. So why did Trump decide to bring Ivanka? Oh, interesting. It says here, he's telling her, he's like, Ivanka, they hate me, Ivanka. They hate me. They're jealous of me because I am the president. I'm the president of the United States, as you know. I am so handsome and so wonderful, but they hate me. They hate me. They say nasty things about me. But if you're next to me, they're going to be nicer. I'm sure they are. So when I'm with you, you just make me feel alive, and you're going to stop. You're going to stop them, right, Ivanka? Wants you? She's like, yes, daddy. So guys, it's so interesting. It's kind of like it tells me here that he feels protect. Okay, I'm gonna put it. I'm not gonna say if it's creepy or not, but he feels protected by her. Okay, he feels his, first of all, he's very insecure. The bottom line here is that he's very insecure. Okay, he's anxious and insecure. And by having her at his side, he feel, honestly, almost like this is just the beginning, okay? But because we're gonna have to make sense of this, but it's almost as if he were his like she were his mom in a weird way. Like, you sit next to me and you hold my hand, and everything is gonna be okay. That's how it is. It's like he wants. It's almost like, guys. It's almost like she's literally like like a blanket near him that protects him from having to interact with the others, from having to act proper. Okay, because, guys, the other thing I'm getting here is the whole thing of, like, not just that he's criminal, but he's disoriented. There is something. Okay, there is something about him that I feel like he has, as he people like that, like dictators who are really horrible people, they don't trust anybody but their family, right? So it's part of it, but it's also that he feels, I feel like there's something about him where he feels disoriented. And he feels that, maybe this is true too. That Ivanka, I've read about this, that she's the smartest out of all the kids, okay? But is the sense that he feels very disoriented, like he doesn't know what time it is or something, like, honestly, he's kind of like out of it, really. And I sense that he's holding on to her physically for, like, her arm. And I'll tell you guys, it's so weird because I like, there's, in my family, we have a history of glaucoma. So it's a very serious disease that people can go blind. So my grandfather, when he died, he was blind in both eyes. My aunt, I love my aunt, but she has very bad sight. So when I was living in Brazil, I helped her go to the doctor. I would take her out. Like, she can see, but barely. Okay. So but what she does when we walk together, me and my aunt, she holds my arm, like, to hold, she's not that old. She's like in her, like, probably late 50s or 60 or something. But, she holds my arm because just to make sure she walks safely. And that's how I see him holding her arm. It's kind of like for direction, like, he's not blind, but there's a sense of, like, he's blind to he doesn't know what is real, what is not real, honestly, guys, unfortunately. Okay, at least at this stage. So the reason is, he feels she protects him. B, she orients him. She tells him what. It's almost like it's as if he were blind. She says something like, "Oh, that's the right, that's the left, or like that's the bathroom. That's where you have to go next." This is like, that's the sort of thing. Okay, and at the same time, he feels that she will not. Oh my God, guys, it's so weird. I was not expecting this at all, but he feels that she doesn't judge him. Okay, I mean, it's like, what? It's so strange, but it's sort of like that. That's why she praises him at every time. Because Trump, if you criticize him for anything, it's as if you had, like, I don't know what, like, killed his mother. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like his ego is so fragile that he can't take anything. It's so strange. Oh my God, it's bizarre. Okay, now next car home. Oh my God, very strange, very strange. Okay, whoa. Okay, okay. So next. Why was she even allowed to sit there on stage? Right. What the hell? Okay, I get it. She goes there, whatever, but she sits next to him. This is the thing, guys. What the hell? How the hell did she sit next to him? There were all these presidents there. Even the first ladies don't sit there. Like, what the hell is wrong with him? Okay. So why was she allowed? And he's like, no, she has to be here. I'm not gonna sit. I'm not gonna sit if she doesn't. No, I'm not. She has to sit. She has to sit. She has to sit. Like, he has a tantrum. He has had tantrums. He's like, ah. He yells at people. Okay, that's it. He yells. You know how it is, guys. He doesn't, like, get what he wants. He yells. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. Putin is mad. He's waiting for me. He's waiting for me. Okay, guys. The thing I don't get is that, I mean, can't somebody just be like, bitch, no, bitch, no. No, nobody tells him. This is like, I don't get. And then I see, guys, that oh my God, this is in public. Okay, as they were getting ready to sit down, the other presidents are looking and like, whoa, whoa, what the hell? And to them, it's like they're normal people. I mean, people in power have big egos, but they are relatively for the most part they adjust. Okay, they can adjust, but they're like, I'm not gonna make it. They're like, don't worry about it. Yeah, but just put her in, just put her in there. Yeah, they're like, no, don't worry about it, just let him in. Like, they just don't make a big deal about it, because they're like, what, this guy is gonna crash the whole thing. And guys, this is it. Oh my god, can I tell you, this is so crazy. Is that he's paranoid. Okay, he's paranoid because he does all kinds of horrible things, so he's paranoid, right? So he's paranoid, and the paranoia has to do with him thinking that everybody hates him, which is true. Nobody likes him, but not for the reasons he thinks. It's because he's an asshole. He's entitled. It's like, they hate me. They're it's so strange. It's like, he, as he conspires with all these presidents. He's corrupt, but he projects that onto others. So he assumes that everybody else is as corrupt as he is, and he feels that it's like, how do I say this? He feels that it's like there's a huge conspiracy, and they all want to he feels like they want to ridicule me, they want to make fun of me, they want to do this and that. And then he feels like he goes off, he's very insecure, he feels that everybody's laughing at him. So this is it, this is how he justifies this idea of, like, exactly, delusions of prosecution, exactly, persecution, yeah. So it's like, oh, they go after me, they hate me, they want to make me fun of it. And so guys, what is so dangerous here is that he's truly, I'm not kidding, he's very much prepared to destroy the whole thing. He was ready to crash the party, to, like, burn everything down if he doesn't get what he wants, because he comes from the perspective of, like, these people hate me, they want me dead, they want this, they want that. And so, you know what I mean? When instead, like, most people, I think everyone would be like, oh wow, we're here. They probably feel like, well, this is not great. Nobody probably loves being there, but they have, that's their job. They go, they have to do it. Okay. So they go, they try to make the best of it. They're presidents. They understand the job. They get the job. It's not that, every job, you don't love everything, but you're like, well, I'm a president, I have to represent the country. He doesn't. He thinks that he's God. I mean, really, he's like God, he's Jesus, whatever it is, he thinks, and that he's doing everybody a favor. He's very special. I'm very special. You know what I mean? And so this is it. He's prepared. He's ready. If you don't get him what he wants, he's ready, guys. And it's for small things. I don't understand. It's like, this is what I was telling you, the thing about the dementia the other day. I was like, he doesn't understand degree of things. Like, for example, like, if those people who get mad at restaurants, like, if somebody give you the wrong salad, whatever dish, you're like, oh, like, I never get, like, I don't get angry or whatever. Like, you just, I don't know, it happens, or so, I don't know, they just, like, get angry. They think it's like, I don't know, I don't understand how people think like that. Okay, but that's how he is. Little things, he feels like everything is personal. It's like somebody looking at me and they said, I'm gonna give that girl a wrong pasta. Yeah, I'm gonna give her the wrong pasta. It's on purpose. It is. It is. You know, so it's kind of like those people. It's so strange. Okay. Anyway, so next question. So that's right. This is how she was allowed to sit on stage, because he pressured. Okay. Now, was she? And now, like, guys, looking at the image of, there she was in the on stage. Was Ivanka embarrassed at all? What was she thinking while this was going on? Like, we saw the whole thing. Okay, there was all these presidents around her. There she is, like an idiot, sitting there. Like, what was she thinking at that moment? What was Ivanka thinking? There she is, sitting next to the Japanese president. She's like, I'm into the best. I know I'm the most attractive first lady. Oh my gosh, she thinks of herself as first lady. I'm very beautiful. Everybody looks at me and thinks Ivanka's gorgeous. I'm just, making, oh, interesting. Oh, guys, it's even, I don't know what's worse. The whole thing here that comes is very strange, but the whole thing, guys, is that she thinks that I can't even, she thinks that she's doing it much better by showing up. I'm doing the job. I'm showing everybody that I'm improving the situation. My dad is crazy, but I am hot. So if I show up, he feels better. Everybody feels better. I feel better. Everyone likes it. So, because she's comparing, guys, and honestly, it's like, I can't even imagine. It's sort of like the person. It's sort of, I'm trying to, guys, the only example I can think of here is very strange also. It's like, imagine Justin Bieber. Yeah, Justin Bieber, really. Justin Bieber as a, I don't know, 15, 14, 6, I don't know how old he is, when he was really young. He was very famous and he would have tantrums. So she's the person would show up and make Justin Bieber feel better. The kid who has a lot of power in tantrums. So you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of, she's like, well, I just when my dad, when I'm near my dad, he's not as mean. He's not as mean. I improve things. I improve things. You can come to me if you have a question. Don't worry. I know how to talk to him. Okay. I know how to talk to him. So guys, this is a bizarre thing is that she actually believes that she's doing something good for the world and for the country. In other words, like she feels like, oh, like she feels that she's like, he was having a tantrum, he's a difficult person, but I show up and I make things smooth. I smooth the difficult. I am like the person who can handle difficult customers. Sometimes you have people who are good at, are good with dealing with difficult customers, and that's how she thinks of herself. I know how to handle difficult people, and she's like, she apologized. This is so bizarre. Even more, guys. Oh my god. So you never know. You never know those readings. Okay, stuff that comes up is so like it's unexpected, to say the least. But so she's like, oh my god. She's like, she thinks like I said, she thinks she's doing a great job for America. So I show up there and I just make it better. It could be embarrassing, but if I'm around, it's not. It's so much better. hmm I show up and they all, I say I'm Ivanka and everybody's quiet. They look at my boobs. I swear to God, guys, she thinks that she makes her dad more bearable. Okay, I'm serious. She thinks she's doing something good. She thinks that she's like, my dad is so weird, but if I'm around, it's okay. He's better. so, so that's just it. The whole thing, guys, is so sick. Okay, it's so sick. It's very sick. Okay, I don't know what to say. What do you say to that? What do you say? No, there's nothing to say. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay, so next. Okay, so she was not embarrassed. She was thinking, Ivanka, it's okay. It's difficult, but you know what? Your dad could be having a tantrum, but he's not having a tantrum right now, so it's okay. Okay. Okay, now, did anyone tell her off? How does she react when she sees people's faces? A mix of cringe, horror, disgust, and incredulous laughter. Because, guys, right? So think about it, like how those people, their faces had all these emotions. Like they were horrified, they were laughing, they were disgusted, they were cringing. Right? It's like how do you? Everyone's faces, like even like the most like serious person is gonna like whoa is gonna register something when they observe this. Okay, it's very disturbing. Okay, so she notices that. She notices, like, right, she notices like you can't hide it. It's like whoa, what, like what, like, so how does she react? Doesn't she see that she, what does she think? Like, okay, God, oh my God, seriously, guys, I'm serious. This is so bizarre. Okay, so so guys, oh my God, this is so strange. So then she thinks she sees them looking at her this way, but to her, um, to her, she thinks she sees it, and she sees that they're empathizing with her, because how she sees it is like dealing with a tantrum person, like a child, like I said. Okay, so this is amazing. Okay, so it's kind of like she thinks that she's the person who who deals with a difficult client and makes the difficult client be okay. So everyone, she's like, I know they look at me weird, but I'm just there to smooth things over. I smooth things over. That's what I do. That's why I'm here. Everybody's happy to see me. I'm here. I'm the adult in the room. I know my dad is a little crazy. I'm the adult in the room. That's how she sees it. Okay. That's how, and it's like, guys, think, in a way, I'm sure this is like empathy, right? Because that's not what I have, right? Is like, because I could never imagine. How could you think? But that's how she sees herself. Like I was telling you guys, she sees herself. She's narcissistic, obviously, right? But she sees herself as a benign, as like, oh, I'm doing, she thinks she's some sort of like it's not quite Messiah, but she's come to the world to make things right, or like the situation is difficult, and but you know what? It's okay. I'm the one who deals with him. And it, guys, it's so strange. It's like I see here that like, I'm trying to think if I have an example in my life. Like it's like she can domesticate the criminal or the difficult person, and then she feels like her ego, guys, it's so weird. It's like on the one hand she feels special because it's kind of like, guys, for this is reminds me of like personal readings I've done when I've seen like a person, like a family where one of the people is there's a chosen child, the golden child. She's the golden child. So she's, while the others suffer, she doesn't. Right? He bullies everybody, he's mean to everyone, but she doesn't get it. She doesn't get the treatment that other people do. So that makes her feel special in a weird way. And at the same time, she, and this is like, guys, getting to the psyche is so complicated, right? It's hard, but it's sort of like, I also get the sense that she is a little bit like she's also sadistic. It's really weird. It's kind of like at the same time that she feels protected by him, that she observes how mean he is to others, she feels special because nothing happens to her, and at the same time she likes it when he yells at others. She doesn't feel bad for them, she likes it because that confirms to her, that she's special. When he yells at other people, she's like, yeah, at least it's not me. It's not me. I didn't do anything wrong. It's them. It's them. And even when she does something wrong, she knows that he is incapable of blaming her for anything. Okay. So he sees her as, like I said, the golden child. Okay. So he sees that she's like anointed and special. She's almost the better version of him. So you see what I'm saying, guys, it's so now the cycle on the, I don't know what it is called, Exactly, Ruth. She's a Trump whisperer. Okay. Right? No, mysteries. Yeah, exactly. So this is it. Okay. Oh my God. No, no, guys, don't. Oh my God. So, okay. So this is a just, oh my God. I can't. It's hard to comprehend. Okay. So now, oh my God. Okay. So, okay. Whoa. Mm. But I still didn't answer the first part of the question, which is, did anyone tell her off? In other words, did anyone say, like, look, you can't be here. What the hell are you doing here? Did anybody vocalize it? Did anybody, sorry guys, did anybody do something? Did anybody vocalize it? Did tell her off? Did anybody say it? Guys, they didn't say it because they're professional. There's a lot of diplomats there, so they didn't want to be like make a big deal about it. But their face said it all. They're like, bits. Like they didn't say anything, but they were like where we know it's where somebody can't say, like she can't turn around and say that, you know what I mean? It's sort of like she's like, which is what that woman Christine did. She did everything right. Oh my god, guys, unbelievable. I there's a lot of memes about this, and for some reason I was like, I saw, did you remember this one about Beyonce? She was at this basketball game like a month ago or something, a couple months ago, and there was this one there trying to talk to Jay-Z, kind of crossing over her, and she was like, I think she pushed the woman, elbowed her out, I think it was. So like I'm just like, I kind of wish Beyonce was it, but no. But it's sort of like, I honest, because the first thing I thought, I think Ivanka is capable of going to a Beyonce concert and being like, Beyonce, I'm fine here. You can go home now. It's like she thinks so highly of herself that she feels like, if Beyonce is not coming on today, Ivanka is, and I'll deliver. I know I can make it happen. So I'm just like, okay. Okay, so anyway, so that, okay, now next question. Now, guys, the Japanese president, I don't know if you remember, like back, like one of the first visits that into the White House was the Japanese president, and Japanese people are very discreet. Okay, generally speaking, right? They're very polite and everything, but his face, he doesn't hide it. I kind of like love that guy. Okay, I don't know about his anything. I just kind of love his. He's very expressive and kind of funny. I like him a lot. So did you see his face? He was like, I don't know. So I want to know, what was he thinking? He was observing them, guys, and I don't remember exactly which video it was, but it was one of the videos that she was kind of touching her hair and like kind of flirting with her dad, and it was really creepy. And he was observing it. And he was like, very weird. Okay, so what was he thinking? What was he thinking? Okay, that is one of the worst things. I know Americans are different. I've met a lot of Americans. They're pretty relatively normal, but this takes the cake. He's like, whoa, dude. Are you serious? Whoa, what the hell's going on here? And the interesting thing here, guys, I'm getting the sense from his perspective, okay, that he sees some, okay, how do I say this? And I don't mean to be, it's not a serious, it's not as, I'm just saying how he thinks. The way he saw them interacting reminded him of like how men talk to the women. Is a geisha, I think it's called, those, like the geisha women, there's no touching. It's all about like you being very flirtatious and saying yes to everything, right? The whole thing. It's sort of like, he's like, whoa, that stuff we don't bring into politics. He's thinking to himself. He's not like, I make sure that I don't act like that in a meeting. Hello. He's like, because he's sort of, on his mind, he's thinking the Japanese culture has all kinds of things, but usually it's very compartmentalized. Okay, so like if he has one of those companions, he's not going to bring, first of all, he's not going to bring the geisha type woman to a business, like a meeting with presidents. That's how he sees Ivanka. Ivanka is like a geisha, even if it's his daughter. I'm not saying like he's like, she's a hoe. She is a damn hoe. It's kind of like he's thinking that his own way. He's like, she's a goddamn hoe. Uh-huh. That's how, but I'm saying like it's kind of like how he sees it. It's like she reminds him of that. She reminds him of like of those women, honestly, even if he does not care that he's the daughter. He's like, she's a hoe. You don't bring the hoe to the meeting. Is that hard to understand? She's a hoe. Like, he's obviously, he doesn't talk like that. He doesn't think in those types of terms. But that would be, that's kind of how he's like, whoa. Because he's saying, like I was saying, the Japanese culture has these like different place. It's so interesting from his perspective. Japanese culture has this space for, how do I say this, for different, how do I say it, different spaces contain different behaviors. That's how he sees it. There's different physical, it's like, from him, it's like physical spaces contain different behaviors. So it's like from his perspective, he's hyper aware of how does he say it? It says something like of the sanctity, or it's like from his perspective, every space has a dignity, or every space has a role. It's something I'm not familiar with, but that's what I understand from him. It's like whenever you go, you are supposed to be very aware of your surroundings. Kind of like there's a decorum is the word. Okay. And I'm getting goosebumps. So maybe it's true. There's a type of decorum for each place you go to, so in other words, if you want to get drunk, you want to make sure that you don't get drunk. It's something like that, but in a different way. But he does not like Ivanka. He feels like she's a hoe. She's a damn hoe. And that, and, and that from his perspective, she, also, maybe it's a sexist, I don't know, to say that but he blames her too. He's like, this woman should not be here. She does not have, it's sort of like, guys, and even her outfit, it was like a girl. It wasn't, even though she has big boobs, not that she has to show her boobs, but there was just something about the way she was dressed, like the waistline was higher. There was something about it. It just felt like infantilized or something. Okay, there was something really creepy, and like Japanese, they have like the whole like the sexualization images is all about schoolgirls. So maybe this is, I don't know, how Japanese, like, I don't know, cartoons and stuff, they have, it's always the girls in like school outfits. So it's like this is it. It's not just, I don't know what he was. It's for him. It was more like a vibe. It was not exactly like it wouldn't. It's not necessarily like she was wearing the wrong thing or right thing. It's like she would look really nice. She was wearing a suit or something like that. But it was just like the vibe. She was wearing, she was wearing a Valentino gown, and like, putting aside, putting aside, okay, putting aside the fact that's expensive and it's totally out of place. She was wearing a cocktail dress for a business meeting. It's so strange. It's like, or like I don't know, a like a dress that you wear for somebody's wedding. If you're a guest at someone like a fancy wedding, it's so strange. Like, why would you wear that? Right? It's like if you're gonna be like the diplomat, wear then the serious person, then wear a suit. Like I'm sure she can afford very expensive suits. She would look really nice. But she had, or like put her hair, or like put her hair in a bun or something, and it's like she's like has the hair like a child, like her long hair, and like the high, like I was telling you guys, the high waistline to me is the that is known as the child. What is it called? I forgot the name of the silhouette, but it's a doll dress. That's a doll silhouette. Okay, when the waistline is higher, it's for little girls. Have that. Okay, Empire. Is it Empire? Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just, but that's little girls. Okay, little girls that wear that. Okay, contemporary. Why this is for little girls outfits. Okay, so, anyways, oh my god, guys, it's so disturbing, so disturbing. Okay, now, oh my god, that was interesting, guys. Right, the Japanese president. So he's like, she's a hoe. Excuse me, translator. Tell him. I think doctor is hoe. I think doctor is a hoe. Baby doll. This is it, Roma. Baby doll. This is it exactly. I knew the name. That's it. I knew the name was something exactly. Yeah. Wow. Baby doll. This is it. This is it. Okay. Okay. Now. Oh my god. Okay. So, okay, were other presidents laughing slash cringing at Ivanka and Trump and Ivanka? Were other presidents there laughing or cringing? Or what was their reaction? Okay, all it's saying here, all the presidents, all the presidents there, they were telling their families like how they waiting for laughs. They're like, oh, Trump's gonna be there. It's gonna be hilarious. They thought it was gonna be funny, and then they're they expect it because if Trump's there, it's always like a joke or something. But this, it was like a car crash. It was like they couldn't stop looking, but not for the right reasons. It was like, what the hell is going on here? It was too. They were like kind of like us. Like it was like a short circuit of trying to process what you were seeing. That woman was there. Was she wearing that pink dress? They're like, she was wearing some weird pink dress, like she was, like a pink dress, like to them is like it's weird, like a costume. She was wearing a costume to them. It's weird. They're like, wow, that dress, like she got it at the thrift store. To them is like some thrift store dress she was wearing. They didn't care it was Valentino because it does look weird, like it looks dated, like weird. Okay, she could wear it. She looks very nice. She's a very nice, like right. She's a very elegant body, even with the boobs, whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like even with the implants, she could look nice in so many different outfits. But like she was just, oh my god, it's like, yeah, they were like she was wearing, they made a point of saying the thing about she was wearing because it was so out of place. It was so out of place. It was like he's like, they're like, my daughter has clothes like that. She's 12 or something, or like she's 10. They were like just weirded out by the whole thing, and the fact that he was like, oh my god. And they are saying, guys, the presidents, I don't know who exactly, they talked about it to each other about this, that he touched her leg. Okay, like he was like, he touched her leg. Like it's so creepy. They're just like, what the hell, guys? And I'm telling you, everybody, all of them think that they had sex. Okay, all the guys, it's mostly men, but even the women, they're all kind of look at each other like they think, this is, I'm just saying, like it's too, it's the kind of thing that is like disturbing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know how they say, there was this thing they say like, oh, how do you know something is porn? You know it when you see it. Similar here, there's something about it that you feel like you know when something is off when you see it. Like you don't need, no one's gonna tell you about it. You kind of sense it. It's something out of, they're saying it's very inappropriate. Oh my god! And they're saying, guys, and I swear to God, there's like all these different presidents there. Some of them could even be from like dictatorships. I don't know where they're from. Okay, but they're saying all of them. They're like, you know what? I know the left. Some of them are like, I know the left people, and they say these things, but after what I saw, I don't doubt that he raped women. They're like the men are saying, the women too, obviously, but the men too. They're like, you know what? After they're saying if he did that to the daughter, he could do that to anybody. I mean, if it's that inappropriate with his daughter, he doesn't respect any women. They're saying like, how could he do that to the daughter in front of us? He doesn't respect. And guys, they feel bad. They're saying to the wives, they're like, I'm so sorry about what's her name, the UK woman, Theresa May, and the other woman. Okay, I'm so sorry that they had to see this, because what he's communicating to everybody, and the women, especially the women who were career women, is that he doesn't respect them, because at the end of the day, is all he's going to touch their leg. Like, guys, I swear he touched her leg like that. Like, I don't know. It's so, they're like, oh my God. You're just like, whoa. So anyway, so that's it. The people who saw, they're like, know it. The men know it in their bodies. They're like, I know that guy has raped women. I know he has done things. I don't know exactly what it is, but something is off. Because if he treats his own child that way, he could treat women, and unknown women, much worse. So this is the guys. Can you imagine like a man, like, because I always feel like men, I'm like, they're so clueless, right? Men tend to be much more clueless. Okay, men tend to be, well, is it like, that's okay? Let's just like, how do I say this? I don't want to be. This is not about generalizing. There's men who say bad things about women's boobs, whatever. That's not the point. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, he touched it's a combination of like, of things. Okay, it's his daughter. It's like, you could say there's a lot of men that are inappropriate in different ways. They look at women's boobs, they say this, they say that. It's very different. What we're talking about here is a president who not only brought his daughter, but sexualized the daughter and touches the daughter in public in a meeting with other president. That's like beyond. Okay, so it's not even. I don't want to even like. I'm not saying that. I don't want this to be a moment where we're going to say bad things about men, like, oh, men are like this or whatever. No, it's not at all. Like, sometimes men are inappropriate. What I'm going to say is that he's so awful. This is I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. I think that most men, even the really not like, sex difficult men or whatever, they would probably know to 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 behave, quote unquote, in a place like that, but he doesn't. Think about it. It's so inappropriate. It's so deranged, and it's so immoral. Like, oh my god, I just can't. Because, guys, in every culture, okay, pretty much, if you look at, I'm gonna be like, I'm not an anthropologist or anything, but family ties, okay, this is one of the things that culturally it's pretty universal. Incest, I'm just saying, okay, incest is not, most cultures don't, and if they, I don't know, if cultures they're like, oh yes, incest is great, like they don't. And even, right, I know from like Brazilian culture and stuff, like, I know my dad was not, it was inappropriate. I don't have, it's a whole other story. Didn't have a lot of contact with him, but like, I know that in macho cultures, they actually treat women like, they don't say, sometimes they make comments, but not about your daughter, like in front of, they could say this. I don't know, explain it, guys. It's just really, that's what I'm saying. It's sort of like, yeah, it's not this even, guys, not it's just like really inappropriate. Like, it's like, I think in humans, it's sort of like, you don't touch your daughter in an appropriate way. Okay. Like, you don't do that. Okay. That's just not, like, not only, but especially in that context. Okay. So, okay. So anyway, so this is it. And you guys know that, from an evolution perspective, these I remember seeing this study about some tribes somewhere lost. I don't know if it was like Australia or something like that, or I don't know where, something like that. Okay, so that they started interbreeding like that with children. There was incest was very common, and they have a lot of birth defects because nature punishes, like, seriously, it's not if you start doing this stuff, you're like, there's a lot of like birth defects. Okay, if you just so no, FYI. So it's very, very light, very light. So anyway, okay. So okay, so yeah, there were, okay, now now this is kind of an interesting question, guys. As you know, I don't like Melania. I think she's just like the others. But what the hell? Like, what was she, I'm sure she, like I said, guys, when people ask, it's so interesting now. Last session, somebody asked, "Oh, what about where was Melania? Where was Melania? She didn't take a picture or something like that." And I answered that she was shopping and she was high on pills or something. And now it makes sense, actually, right? Like, how do you even respond to this? Like I don't think that she also. I don't think that she also. I don't know. I just, like, I don't know, you guys. I don't think that she. Anyway, it's like, even if she married him for money, okay, I don't understand. Like, how could you even? Is that right? She stayed in DC. I don't know. I think she was shopping or something. So how? What did Melania think when she saw it? If either she saw it, whatever she was, what did she think? What was Melania thinking? She's like, oh, gross. She knows it. She's like, ugh. I can't believe I wasted, guys. And I feel like I saw her. I remember the beginning. At the beginning, I saw her having some sort of affair with a guy, and then she had to leave the guy behind because Trump became president. So she is very sad, but she's looking at her youth, and she's thinking, maybe it would not have been so bad if I had had some job and made no money back in my country. Because she's like, this is what I get for marrying for money. This trash. This is so awful. And she's like, but she sees it, it's a little bit, like I say, maybe she's high because she's out of focus or something. She's kind of like, oh, gross, but she's out of it. Okay. And it's just gross no matter how you put it, right? And then she feels like she always hated me. She knew that she was like, she was like, no, there was a time when she loved him and stuff, but the daughter was always on the way. The daughter was always on the way. And she doesn't like Ivanka. Not that she should, but she doesn't like Ivanka, and she's just like, she's kind of like nauseated. Okay, that's my sense, that she's just like, I can't. And it's like she's had this feeling for a long time. Like, why did it's sort of like, I'm not saying, guys, I don't think she's a victim. I think she is she's a criminal in some ways. Okay, she defrauded immigration. I think she doesn't say anything about the kids. She could, if she really wanted to help anybody, she could have, but she's not helping. So I don't care about her. I don't care, but I'm just saying that's how she sees things. Okay, I don't feel like, oh, look, poor Milan. She could have left. She didn't, because she, whatever. So I don't really care for her. I don't have any empathy for her. She wore that stupid jacket. I don't care. Do you? So fuck her. Okay. Just so it's clear, I don't care. I don't like her. I don't think there is anything. Okay. So, but that she's paying the price from her perspective. Okay. I have empathy towards her, but as whatever role she has in life, I don't think, she's seeing these children being incarcerated. She doesn't do anything. She's like, be best. Like, fuck her. I'm sorry. I don't care about her. I don't have any feelings for her. I don't have any empathy for her. I don't care. Okay. Next. Okay. So yeah, so guys, like I said, okay, now, guys, this is the tough part of the reading. So I'll have a drink water here. Okay. So the other disturbing element was that Ivanka comes off as sexualized next to him, if as if he sees her as his sexual partner. I know this sounds gross, you guys, but I am thinking they have something sexual going on. Do they? It's so gross. It's so creepy beyond the fact that she's unqualified in his daughter. It's like the Jerry Springer show, but far worse because he's the president. Sorry, I need to ask this. Okay, so And it's I had this, earlier today on L. She was like, I never, she doesn't see it. She doesn't, and I was like, what are you talking about? I I've always it's you see this in their interactions. And I don't know, guys, do you see it? I feel like, to me, this is so obvious, right? Don't you think when you see them in, especially on stage or stuff, he always talks about her, he always objectifies her. It's very creepy. I'm sorry, but I see this every time. Especially, to me, it was very apparent for whatever reason on the G20 thing. And I can't put it now. I just can't. I can't put it away. I can't unsee. They say I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. I know. I guess for some people it's not obvious. To me, I'm like, it's glaring. Okay, it's glaring, and it's the question that I'm. And guys, I see these presents there. They're like, that's the question on everyone's mind. Do they have sex or something? I'm sorry. This is it. It's like, it's so. He's like, you're so hot, baby. Like, did you see? And someone, I think it was KB, she left a comment. She's like, she was even touching her hair, like so much. Like, I know it's supposedly people touch their hair. I know for me, like, sometimes I'm like nervous or whatever because I don't like it. But it's different because I'm seeing the reflection. So I'm like, it looks weird. Let me move it out of the way. That was more like a tick. But for her to be there, it's so strange. Like, she's flirting. Like, huh, baby, you're so hot. Da, da, da. And I don't know if I remember, guys, not all my life is not very interesting anymore or whatever. But like, do you remember if you have like friends when like there's a couple? Oh my God, look, the reference is a couple. Is even worse, right? And then you see that they're too like affectionate in front of other people to the point where it's inappropriate. Like, honey, you're so hot today. Oh yeah, you are. That kind of thing. You don't talk about your dinner parties or something. It's very weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's very like, I don't know. It's just, you don't talk about sometimes there's a couples like a party or like a dinner party or something, and there's a couple there's always like flirting with each other, saying inappropriate things to each other, and that it creates a situation that makes everybody feel like awkward. And it's very awkward, and it's almost like, to me, it is always was a situation where they wanted to, it's a domination thing where they want to make everybody feel inappropriate. Like, I can get away with, they're being transgressive. They're going beyond the boundaries. Okay, so but guys, I'm talking about a situation with the actual couple. This is even worse because it's the child. He acts like they're flirting with each other, but he's the father and she's the daughter. Think about it. It's so, to me, I'm like, you know what? This is too much. I don't get it. I'm like, what the hell? And interesting because I was like, L, are you trolling? Because I couldn't believe. I was like, what? Because to me, this is why. Because to me, it's shocking. I see it right away, and to me, it's not normal at all. I'm not saying that there's like a rape. It's not about decorum, okay? It's more, no, 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 no. Just the lovers. No, no, no. I think in this life, not in previous lives. Like, I think, and knowing my for myself about situations, I know, having my own past life regression, I know the relationships I've had with people that I had past lives with, and it's not like this. It is not like I touch them in public. It doesn't have anything to do with that inappropriate thing. Okay, you can have a what is it called, a soulmate, or it could be a person, whoever. It does not translate into being inappropriate in public. That's it. Okay. So the guys, I'm gonna ask. Okay, I'm sorry. As you know, I don't love doing these things. It's not like, but I'm just like, what is hitting me in the face right now? This is what I want to know. Okay, and I'm holding here, and I have the guys. I have this image of like spirits holding my hand. They're like, "Don't worry, girls, it's gonna be okay." Cool. Okay, so let's. Okay, let me find out what is. Okay, what is the nature? Is there any? Okay, guys, how do I even start? Um, have they had a sex? Okay, has this relationship with her dad ever been sex? Okay, how do I say this, guys? Okay, how do I say this? Okay, okay, guys, I'm gonna be graphic, okay, because I'm gonna start the hard way, the hard question, okay. I'm gonna start it because that's what. How do you define sex, right? I'm like, okay, how do I define it? I'm just gonna ask it. Do they have intercourse? I'm just gonna ask. Okay, that's how do I define like, let's go to the that says there's a degree of sex. Let's start with the highest and then we'll go lower. Okay, so the highest to me is intercourse. Okay, he could, could be child abuse, what, I don't care. Okay, so so okay, yeah, so okay, okay, so then okay, so now, have they had intercourse? Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah, ah, ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, guys. Okay. Can I tell you? Can I tell you what is so weird? Like, okay, it's just like, yes. Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you details. Okay, yes. I'll tell you what it is. It's so creepy to me. It's worse. Okay, I almost it's almost worse. If no, it wasn't intercourse, okay, but to me it's worse because oh my god, it's so okay, so I see her, either she was wearing, she was either getting dressed or she was getting out of the shower, and it's like he is like, oh look, okay, I'm not gonna he's like pointing at her genitalia, basically. That's what I see, and he touches near or there. Okay, he wants to touch it, and he talks about it, like how it looks or whatever. This is what is so creepy, guys, is that, oh my god, it's like, yeah. So anyway, guys, but this is the thing. And so, guys, I feel better. It's just like because I'm like grossed out by it. Okay, if you imagine, it's like a private part. I think he touched her private parts. Yes, he wanted to see her in her underwear all the time, and he was like checking her out in a way that is like almost like porn. Okay, I'm sorry. That's it. So he tried to touch her there, and like, okay, that's it. I think he's touched her inappropriately, not just like, okay, guys, I'm just saying, okay, because I was committed to figure out what was it, what is it, okay, that what is the situation, what is this here? So this is it. I can't, guys, you have to. I'm sorry. This is the thing. I committed to this, and I'm gonna explain the situation. This is it. This is it. That's all. Okay. But I need to explain why I'm feeling this. Okay, yeah, kind of like molestation. But let me just say it, because this is what I'll tell you. This is okay. Let me just step backwards a little bit. Okay. Um. So no, I'm fine, guys. I had, what it is some things inappropriate. Okay. Yeah, you know what, okay, I'm have to delete this, Michelle. She encourages. I don't. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. Okay. So I don't, what, this is not, this is, what it is like, guys, I don't like Ivanka. I think she's terrible. I think it's horrible, but this is blaming the victim is not okay in any way. Okay, I don't like her. I think there's a lot of things that she could do. This is awful. But this does not mean that it's her fault. Okay, never ever. Okay, so this is it. Okay. Okay, so anyway, so this is it. Now let me just explain why it was uncomfortable. Okay, so this is now, guys, because I wanted to find out what is it. Okay, so touching her inappropriately and kind of like putting, how do I explain it? It's like without being, okay. How do I explain it without being okay? So like, how do I say it? Okay, how do I explain it? It's kind of like this is okay. This is just something. Yeah, guys, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. 100% fine. I would have told you if I wasn't. Okay, it was just like this feeling of discomfort. I was feeling it from her. Okay, so I'm fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm really totally fine. But I just wanted to say this, and this is something that I've learned. Something that I think is very important. Okay. Um. Okay, Roma, I've just said it. I don't know if you were missing. You have to go back. I'm not going to say it again. He touched her. Okay, he touched her private parts, I think. Kind of. Not totally, not inserted, whatever, but kind of there. Okay, near the area, whatever, the genital. Okay, but not. So, no, there was the intercourse. The answer is no. No, there was no intercourse. Okay, but he's constantly looking at her in that way, like he's looking at a lover. He's looking at her body as the body of like a stripper or whatever. Okay, and he likes to look at the private parts. Like, I'm serious, I'm just being honest. So, and this has happened since she began developing. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so this is it. Now, this is what I just say, guys. This is not, and this is not about her. This is not about her particularly. But do you remember there was a reading I did about George Nader? This is a very different situation. Okay, when he was like, um, no, it's okay. My God, not voyeurism. It's okay. Just let's for guys, forget about labels. Okay, let me just explain it. Sometimes labels are limiting. Okay, okay, so let me just say this. The thing about George Nader, I remember I did a reading about him, and then yeah. So, but guys, I know, but I'm there's this is it. This is what I want to explain to you. It's not no more detail about the sexual stuff, okay? Yeah. So okay. Okay, so yeah, no, I'm not guys, oh no, no, stop. Don't worry about it. This is I've said enough. Don't need to talk about details. This is not what I wanted to say. This is something I wanted to explain. It has nothing to do with the sex details. Nothing is over. The part about that, that's it. I just wanted to explain something important about the nature of abuse. Okay, that I never knew without those readings. Okay, which I think is very interesting. I just have to say it. Okay, this is not graphic. Don't worry about it. The worst is over. Okay, I just need to explain it because it's something that I didn't see. I never would have known this before. Is that the difference between a normal person? Okay, and a person who is an abuser of some sort like that, who sexualizes the people, like young people like that, is that they see, child abuser or people abusers or young people, they see, like, let's say you see a child. We see, oh, how cute, a child, but they perceive sexualizing a person. So to me is not normal, it's not something I personally feel when I interact with people, but that's how he interacts with women in general. It's kind of like, we see something normal, but they see the person who's basically Trump seems to think, not just Ivanka, but women in general, that they are sexual objects, like almost like a piece of chocolate or something like that. That there's no humanity in the person. It's just a thing that gives you some sort of reward. That's what I want to say. That's all. Because this kind of explains why, you know what I mean? Why the and I just wanted to give you this psychological portrait, okay, to show it, okay, is that this is what is different. This is what defines. And I was like, I didn't know that, whatever. Not that I would know, but the difference is that when they see, like, let's say, I know that men are much more objectifying, right? They see women, they think, oh, she's hot or whatever. But the way that Trump thinks is that, like, I don't know, explain it. It's like he sees something like a woman on a skirt, and he's like, I don't know, explain it, guys. He just really sees her as a piece of meat. That's it, just a piece of meat. So this is, I think, it's part of like, and this is the thing I see with Trump and women. I'm saying I'm picking this up. It's very interesting to me, I guess, is that either the woman is an object. In other words, she has no personality, right? It's like totally, and it explains why he likes these women that are sort of vulgar. They're like very, about their bodies or whatever. Like a lot of times, because he doesn't have to pretend that he likes them for who they are or that they have a personality. It's all just like, and like sexual, like very, it's just an object. Okay, like that's, but that the relationship I don't know if that I have anything like, it's like you're hungry, you eat. That's kind of how it is for him. Okay, this is it. And so how he interacts with him when he picks that up on a woman who thinks is attract, guys, did you see this story? Bill Gates even was talking about it, was giving this lecture, like a public lecture, gave this anecdote about his daughter, that Trump had known about her or had seen a picture of her, and she was like 18 at the time, Bill Gates's daughter. Okay, and so he saw her. He's like, "Hey, she's hot." Like something like that. Like, and Bill Gates was like, "Wait, what?" Like it was like his daughter. And the daughter, I've seen pictures, she's pretty. She's a, what is it called? Equestrian. I'm not saying that if she were wearing a miniskirt or something, but it was like she's very like, I don't know what to say. Like, what? That's so strange. Like, how do you even say that to someone? Especially like Bill Gates. Like, hey man, your daughter is hot. Like, who says that? Who does that? Like, it's so, I don't even, like, I don't know what to say, honestly. I don't know what to say. So anyway, so the thing with women, it's either that they're total objects, okay? Like they're, oh, here's my Diet Coke or whatever, chocolate or cookie or something. Okay? Yeah, so anyway, so then, or you have the women. So this is the other thing, guys. The women that are not sexual objects, he hates. He has this thing with women that are older, or he feels like they're the mean mother. They remind him of his mean mother. So it's a weird thing where with the women, with the young women that he likes to abuse or whatever, it's always vulnerable women, okay, that he likes or something like that. He likes to, like, oh, it's just like it awakens something like the animal instinct in him, okay, like this. But the older women that he hates them. The ones that don't like him, that are mean to him, it triggers something about his memory of his mother. Like, she hated him, she never gave me enough love, she was so demanding, she was so like this, she was so like that. So this is the economy of his relationship with women. The other women are like, so you know what I mean? It's like, she hates me, she's like this, she's like, he wants to punish them, guys. And I think it's this thing with the mother, that the mother was mean to him, or that she didn't give him what he wanted. And his whole life he was after this thing, like, she didn't give me enough, like she dared to take something away from me. Like, he was, guys, and I'm getting this, I don't have a background in psychology, I'm not interested, but the image I get, can I tell you, very strange image, is like, she refused the breast when I was hungry as a baby. She refused. I did not have milk from her breast. Like, he was hungry as a baby, and she didn't want to give him the milk from breast. I'm not. That's just his, the bizarre thing. Okay, so there's like, he's just feeling like he didn't get what he wanted. He was hungry. He wanted more, and like she denied him the thing that he needed to live. It's a very intense feeling. Okay, so okay, so this is it, guys. And now, oh my God, this was a very bizarre reading today, huh? We go, it's like going on a drug trip with Rosie. Okay, so now let's go now. Okay, didn't bond, yeah, exactly, not just didn't bond, but she was the cause, guys. And I see that the mother was like, not only they didn't bond, but she reminded him of the need that could never be met. Okay, need that. So, and he wants revenge. She's like, come on, revenge, I hate it. Okay, so, okay, okay, guys, if you're uncomfortable with the reading, you don't have to stay. Just feel you can go. Don't worry about it. You don't have to stay, really. Okay. So but I have to get, as you know, I when I decide to do the reading, I have to finish. Okay. I'm gonna cover the questions. Okay. So anyways, so okay, so then, okay. Now somebody asked, I thought it was an interesting question here. Okay, so Joan D asked, might Ivanka have something like Stockholm syndrome on steroids and see herself as not, I don't know. So given the circumstances, how does it let's just ask this, guys, simple question. How does Ivanka Trump feel about her dad? Like, does she like, because guys, the other thing that I didn't discuss today is that it's kind of interesting, how does she like her dad? Okay, because I think, who knows, how does she feel about her dad today? Okay, regardless, right? So how does Ivanka feel about her dad? Interesting. So I saw her saying something like, I gave him everything. He took everything. And I expect to do the same for him. Like I expect to take everything. So it's kind of like she has that survivor mentality, okay? I don't know, like I said, I don't know a lot about people who are abused as children, whatever, but my sense is that she feels that she quote unquote owes everything to him. He made her who she is, but with a price. Okay, with a price in the sense of like that she had to get rid of something deep. Like the person who she really is, she had to vacate in order to make her room for the dad. Okay, inside of her, like not inside of her, obviously not physically, but in the sense of like the dad molded her in some way, and and from her perspective, her analytical perspective, it worked. I'm a successful woman now. I'm successful. I'm beautiful. He molded me. He taught me how to be. I'm thankful. But she's willing to throw him under the bus. She's like, I also saw that she's thankful. And guys, and this is like very interesting too, because she feels that she this explains her relationship with Jared. This is very interesting, guys. This is, I don't know, kind of reading this is very intense. It explains her relationship with Jared because Jared also had a similar relationship with his dad, okay? His dad was also domineering and difficult, okay? So they connect in that way. They're both survivors, honestly, from that perspective. Like they had these very domineering dads who were interested in who they were as people. They wanted to mold them and to break them into who they wanted them to be. And they both dads succeeded, but look at the psychopaths they created, right? So okay, so anyway, so that's what I'm saying, guys. So in some ways, she's thankful, but guys, I see her pushing him out, like throwing him throwing him under the bus. She's capable because of the anger. Okay, right? Exactly. So on the one hand, she knows, almost like her analytical mind knows that she's successful, she's beautiful, whatever, but in her heart, she knows that he took a part of her childhood. Okay, you know what I mean? Like I think she's right, like in that way. Okay, okay. So, oh my god, guys. Oh, okay. So, okay, now, okay. So, okay, he warped. That's right. Now let me go back to the questions, guys, because there was many questions here. Okay, all right. Okay, okay. Now let's go back, guys. So intense, guys. This is why we'll have readings here. It's very deep, right? It goes very intense. So, but now let's go back to the list. It's important that we cover the list here. So, okay, was she Trump's bodyguard or something? What the hell? I answered that question at the beginning. Yes, she was sort of his bodyguard. He gave her, he brought her, he brought her in because of the comfort. Okay, to give him comfort. Okay, now then next. What the hell was Ivanka thinking getting into this was like probably one of the most embarrassing videos ever, guys. And somebody will think Lisa was asking, it was the French president, not the French president himself, but somebody from the French diplomatic corps or whatever who was making the video. And they published the video. In other words, they wanted to show the world how embarrassing that was. So let me just describe it. So what the hell was she thinking getting into a conversation with Christine Lagarde of the IMF? I think it's like the internet. I think she's from IMF or International Monetary Fund. If I remember correctly, I didn't look her up now. But Theresa May, Prime Minister of the UK, and Macron, the President of France. What goes through her mind in times like this? Does she think her sense of entitlement is enough? Is she aware of what's going on? What happened after Christine gave her the cold shoulder? Does she get it? And then somebody else, guys, and um, somebody else pointed out that she had the words that were captured were something like, it's so male dominated. Like, how could she say that? You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, how do you do that? How do you, knowing who your dad is, like pose like it is a women's savior or something like that? What the hell? Like, how, I don't understand that. I don't understand. Like, how could you? Okay, so first of all, let's go to that moment. Oh my God, I see Theresa May and those women. They're like, whoa, no, 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 she's coming. Oh my God, no way, no way. They think to themselves, oh my God, this woman, what the hell? Everybody is aghast. Like they couldn't believe that woman. And then they showed the video, guys. she's like this, she's protecting herself, okay, right? She's like this, like she knows they don't like her. But why? Okay, Ivanka, why did you go there? Because I am representing America. I am making my dad better than normal. I know that you're thankful that I'm here because I my dad is a lot worse when I'm not around. He said, and this is interesting. I see her growing up, people telling her that all the time. Oh, when you're around, your dad is so much better. Your dad is become a better person, and she hears this constantly, so she believes it. She actually believes it. She's like, oh, but did she realize? Okay, does she think that there's a huge gap between her and these women who are highly qualified? How does she see herself like wearing the baby doll dress, and then these women who were serious and were elect? Okay, so how does she think? Oh, I know they don't like me, but I'm just here representing America. I am a good diplomat. I am. I really am. She doesn't know. Does she get it? No. No. She doesn't get it. Does she get it? No. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. She thinks she in her mind she was doing something good. In her mind, it could be worse. That's how she always thinks. It could be worse. It could have been somebody else. He would have been weird. And I just like, I just have to get used to it because now we're powerful. And her dad and a lot of people just say, look, Ivanka, it's a change. We're changing the governments, we're changing the country. People have to get used to the new. It's hard for them at first. It's hard. Okay. So they don't like you at first, but you know what? So what? That's life, people are mean to me when I was a little. Okay. So she insists she's like that, like brainwashed like that. She thinks she did the right thing. Okay. Wow. I'm just like, okay. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay. So okay, then I wrote here. How can this woman walk around like this? It's a crime to have this disrespectful family parade around. She's an intruder. Okay, guys, maybe this was not okay. She was not okay, so okay. I'm gonna, guys, right now I'm trying to go, I'm still on the other questions, okay, that I'm following. I want to answer all those questions because it's important. If I have the time, okay, then I'm gonna have a list of the other questions. And then if you want later, I may look at this, but I need to follow the train, at least the train of thought of that, okay? So, okay, so then, okay, here. So, okay, so then, oh my God. Okay, so, okay. Oh, this is the questions that I was gonna say, guys. Okay. So yeah, I know that, guys. This is the thing. But oh, guys, this is the okay. This is the other thing. When I ask the question, I don't ask the question based on what somebody else has said. Okay, or no, I know commentators said this too. I don't want to, confirm or deny rumor. I want to ask an open-ended question, right? So you know what I mean. So this is it. Okay, this is not the question, like I said, I need to, okay, I need to focus, guys, because I need to follow the order, okay? And the order, this is an important question here, guys, because this is the thing that I said. How can they walk around like this? It's a crime to be this disrespectful. So the question is really, this goes back to the thing I addressed just now. Is Ivanka aware of how inappropriate she is? I think it said, she doesn't care. She thinks she could be worse, but does she understand how criminal her dad is? Does she? I mean, I'm sure she does, but how does she reconcile her need to be like the good person or whatever? Like she thinks she's so competent, but knowing how harmful her dad has been to the country. Does she know that? How does she think? How does she reconcile her dad's behavior and his like total lack of respect for people and for the country? Like, does she realize it? How does she feel about it? Okay. Oh, well, like, how does she feel about it? You know what I mean? So, okay. So now the sound is probably like a little different. So, okay. So how does she feel about it? Okay. How does she think about her dad's crimes and all that? Oh, but this is not, we won because we acted like this. This is the story of our business. We have a history in real estate and we were successful because we acted this way. And this is what we're trying to bring to the White House. So interesting. So yeah, so she doesn't see the guys, the same thing. She doesn't see the problem because that's how, well, all they're doing from her perspective is um they are bringing their expertise, their business expertise, right, into play. Like they're doing this thing, okay? So from her perspective, okay, from her perspective, like like she hasn't changed, okay? This is like when she was selling condos or whatever, she was looking attractive, it was good for sales, which is probably right. But she doesn't understand what she's, from her perspective, is like, how, why do we have to change? Why do we have to change? If we were successful before. So no, she does not see it as a crime. She feels like, okay, okay, she's like, create a success. Okay, so I understand now. Okay, next. Oh my God. Okay. Now, okay. And just to give you the final answer here, when the Prime Minister of the UK, those people acted weird towards her, she thought they need to get with it. We are the change. We're the new world. That's how she thinks. Okay. Now, does Ivanka think they are all going to prison? Is this part of the motivation behind her actions? Meaning, she knows they're going to prison, might as well take as much as they can. This is another thing that is really interesting to me. Is like, does she know? Because I saw her collaborating. Okay, does she know? Does she think she's going to go to prison? Does she think Jared's going to go? Is she aware of the trouble they're on? Okay. Is Ivanka Trump aware of how much trouble she is in? Is Ivanka Trump aware of how much trouble she's in? Does she think she's going to go to prison? It's so interesting, guys. And I'm actually happy I'm doing this reading. I did not know what I was. I kind of understand it a little bit better now. Okay. So the thing is, she and her brothers, they were very hard. Honestly, they were hardworking here before they went into government, and they got results, okay, from when their home, their small business, whatever, home family business of real estate. So so they have this like machine, they were they like, the dad trained them to act a certain way, to do things a certain way. So, but then she's like, look at our empire. We have this huge business empire from her perspective. She's like, we were so successful. And it's like, it's ingrained in them to act the way they do. It's just that it's for them, guys, honestly, this is how they think. They think that they just so happen to go into government, and going into government is sort of like going to a really good like it's like going up in the world socially, where they are exposed to a lot of people and they can sell more condos. Okay, that is what changes for them when they go into the government. The business is still ongoing, and it's a really good thing for the business. That's how they think about it. They don't, okay, this is the thing, they don't think of it as government. They think of it as an opportunity for business. Kind of explains it, right? So they're just like, so what? That we now have access to all these. Oh, this is it, guys. I get it. Finally, I get it. Understand? Wow, very interesting. So I understand it now. To them, and it's hard. Now I get it, because for us, when we think of government, we think of service, right? We think, wow, somebody really cares, or they want to change things for the better. For them, government is business. Is like suddenly having access to. No, it's not even staying in the hotel. This isn't even minor, guys, about staying in the hotels. It's all about um, meeting people that is going to generate, like, build new condos, okay, for them, building new condos in different countries. This is it. Suddenly, they meet all these people that they want to do business with them. Not that they didn't have businesses before, but like now it's like, wow, we have so many opportunities to close deals for new condos. Okay. Okay. So this is it. Okay. Don't use labels, guys. Just listen. This is beyond, it's not networking, okay? It's closing deals and getting money. Quid pro quo, right? So this is not networking. No, it's really closing deals. For them, it's not about networking. No, it's about closing deals. They constantly network anyway, regardless of the government. It's just that now there's all these people that go to them and like, hey, I want to build it. And they are almost naive. They're so corrupt, they're almost naive. Like, wait, people come to us and they say, I want to have a new, what about the new Trump Tower in whatever city, in like all kinds of places in the all over the world. They're like, man, I have a list of 120 cities, 120 cities where they want to build new Trump Tower condos. Wow, it's great. Wow. So you see what I'm saying? To them, it's really an opportunity for new businesses. Okay. So it's like, oh, to them, this is okay. So the question is, going back to the question, what was the question? The question was, does she know that they are in trouble? She now, how she sees her dad in this context is she thinks she's like, but look at us. We got to, in so many points in our lives, we thought we had no money. But dad is magical. My dad is a genius. He can turn things around. So the answer is, even though she knows they are in trouble legally, she thinks they can get away from it because it's the magical thinking. Like, no, he's very special. He's very skilled. He's a great businessman. So the answer is that she knows that they are in trouble, but she thinks they can get away. She thinks they can kind of survive. Diana is saying, I just wanted to not refute what you're saying, but I think the GOP does in general think of the government as business. Most are just savvier. But guys, you don't have, never in history, we had a person who has a business with their own names and they're selling it, okay, with your own name. That, no, it's not, never happened. Even if the GOP did this before, even if they already do it, no, this is new. Okay, their own name, like they don't see the separation. They don't have the shame because they don't see a problem. So okay, now, okay, so I get it. Okay, now, okay, so next, okay, so guys, now I have a question then that was not listed, but given how she think, okay, does Ivanka think Jared is gonna go down? Okay, does she think Jared is gonna go down? Does she think, is she writing out Trump, or has she read out Trump? Because I see that she kind of feels like they have the magic, they could survive. Does she think that Jared is going to survive? Is she aware of the investigation? Is she aware of what could happen if they don't survive? How aware is she? Well, she's saying that Jared especially has had, but they're the same business company, right? They're married, right? So there's one thing. He got all kinds of like letters, meaning like subpoenas, very serious subpoenas. He's got like dozens of them. And she's like, well, we're spending a lot of money on lawyers. Okay, she's thinking. And she thinks of his dad, how his dad was in prison for a little bit and it's fine. And she also thinks that people like me don't go to prison for very long. Even if we go to prison, it's not gonna be more than a year or like a couple, she thinks, for some reason, guys, it's so strange, okay? So bizarre, okay, that she is like so strange, okay? So bizarre, okay? So like, yeah, it's very strange, guys. Honestly, I just feel like that she knows, she doesn't think that it's gonna like I said, from her perspective, guys, she's never gone, she paid off Cyrus Vance, those stories, right? She doesn't think that people like her go to jail ultimately, and she feels that, look at Jared's dad is fine. She does not have the sheer reality hitting her. And guys, this is true for people who are privileged. the world was always easier for her. She's so pretty, she's so rich, everybody treated her nicely. She does not have the perspective to understand what it will be like. She's never lived it, bottom line. So she doesn't know. Okay, she doesn't know. She thinks they can get away. She thinks they can survive, sort of. Is she ratting out dad? Is she ratting out dad? You know what's interesting? Guys, can I tell you something? It's kind of sad. It's actually very sad. Just this has been almost 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes. Only now did I realize she has kids. I see her thinking of her kids. Isn't that sad? She has 3 kids with Jared. Because I see that she's negotiating something with Jared. This is the thing, guys. They don't want to, if they have to go to prison, they don't want to go to prison at the same time. So they're trying to negotiate something. Okay, so they're thinking of the kids now. This is the only time where I think she's like, oh, what about who are the kids going to be with if we go to prison? We can't go to prison at the same time. So they're asking for things, she's like, well, but as long as you make sure that I can't go to prison, he's gonna, so she's done different crimes from Jared. She's done some crimes with Jared, but other or different crimes. Okay. So, oh my God, guys, that's my know. Crazy. Oh my God, can you believe it? So that's it. She's now, so she's, and she finds things, guys. She has access to things. Okay, as does Jared. Okay, does Jared know that she's right? Yes, Jared knows, but they don't. Honestly, they're all so no. This is the other thing, guys. They're all so self-absorbed that they don't think much of throwing their family member under the bus. Not, her dad, whatever, was a great guy. No. But you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like for her, it's all about survival. And now, guys, before honestly, I was like, I don't understand why she's with Jared. Why is she with Jared? To me, I was like, oh, Jared's gay and all those things. But now I understand. I really do. And I said this before, guys, when I do readings about people I don't like, sometimes I love it because I learn to understand where they're coming from and what experiences made them who they are. And I understand now why she likes Jared. They like each other because they are, like I said, they have this. They are like kind of like, I don't know what you call it. No, sociopaths, but both of them have this thing where like, um, you know what I'm saying? Like they just survived their dads and they don't have any morals because they were abused. Essentially, they were abused. I don't even want to say sexually, but mentally, they were molded. Forget about the thing I said about her and her dad. The thing they have in common is having these domineering dads who did anything to break them into a mold. And they did break. They became the mold, but then they became hollow as a result. And this is how they can relate to each other, because both had very difficult dads, and they both were kind of molded to be this other person, right? So they can relate. They can relate to each other's experiences really, really well. Okay. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. How does she think this is going to end? Okay. How does she think this is going to end? How does she think this situation is going to end? How does she have a plan? Does she have a plan? I think I see her talking to Jared, and she's like, Jared, they actually don't want to go into politics, honestly. It's like they feel like it's too stressful, and she kind of dreams of a life far away. Like, not, she doesn't want to be dealing with this. She doesn't like her dad so much. She understands the privilege, but she's like, she looks around in her life, even though she got everything she wanted. It's kind of like she feels rejected, which is true. Nobody likes her, right? So she just wants to be somewhere like, oh, we can just have a house somewhere and just raise their kids, which is true. It doesn't sort of like religion, because she's converted Judaism, so she's like wanted to have their religious lives somewhere. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Now, that's what I was saying, guys. That's how she think. How does she think? Okay. Does she understand how chaotic this administration is? And does she understand? How does she think it's going to end? How does she think this is going to end for her? Where or how? Guys, again, it goes back to the experience she's had growing up, where her dad told her, dude, I have no money, I have no cash. and then things turned around for them. You know, she always grew up with these stories about her dad, how he had nothing, and then things turned around and he got this injection of money. So she's used to chaos in ways that we are not. Interesting, right? We're not used to this. She knows it. It's always been like this for her, not for us. Interesting, no? Interesting for my house. Interesting. So, okay. Wow. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So, okay. So, guys, they're closing here. 5 more minutes. Okay. So, okay. Bannon and John Kelly both hate Javanka. What is it about them that every single person hates them? Even the most despicable people. Why do they hate them? Because they're completely unaware of other people. They live in a bubble of their own creation. So they're willing to step. It's not, they're saying in most situations, people are, most people, they adapt to circumstances, right? They are aware of their environment and they are not. So it's kind of like this is something that can be good sometimes because you can imagine that everything, but they live in a bubble. And this is what I was saying before, guys, that they don't understand the concept of government. They see government as a platform, like a TV, exactly like a TV show, like a new platform. They don't understand the idea of serving, for example. They always think they're so great. Everybody wants to kiss their ass. And like, oh my God, now everybody wants to build a new building. Of course. It's just that and they're saying, yeah, our family's expanded into government. Isn't that great? They don't, this is it. The bottom line is they don't understand that government has to do with service. No, it has to do with, this is why, guys, it's the mentality of the business person. Not all business people are like this, but it's the grifter, right? It's like, I'm going to take advantage of the situation and I'm going to work deals. Like, and Trump's like, man, now I have all these people coming to me. Of course, I want to close deals. I'm going to go close deals left and right all the time, just for himself, not for the country. To them, it's just a TV, another platform. It's like, I have a new channel. I have my own TV channel. It's the presidency. So this is it. Guys, today, oh my God, what a weird reading today, right? Went many directions, but that, in a way, honestly, it explains to me a lot, okay? So very interesting here. Guys, quickly, I'm going to see if I can cover your questions, okay? Guys, I don't know. I don't know that I have. Okay, do I have? Okay. Okay. So, okay, now let's, okay, where does she move after this? After Washington? Where does she go? Does she move to New York? Guys, it's interesting. I've seen the same place that I've seen her before, which is a New York suburb, Westchester County, or like kind of like well-off New York suburbs. But she wants to be I see her being kind of anonymous if she can. She wants to retract from public life. Like she doesn't want anybody to know who she is. Okay. She wants to not, she's gonna shun publicity and not, I think she was not New York City, but she's gonna become a recluse. Not a recluse. I think she may have another family eventually, but I don't think she's gonna be in the public eye or anything like that. Okay, so wow. Okay. Is it okay, guys? I have to go, okay? I have to go because I know so they was kind of crazy. They're closing here. They're like, sorry, they're cleaning. Oh. So anyway, so no, she doesn't. Oh my God, I'm sorry to the NASA's. Are you kidding me? Like, please don't compare her to Jackie Kennedy. No, I'm so sorry. No, don't go there. Okay, I'm sorry. You're offending me. Like, my God. So, I'm sorry. She's just like not even close to Jackie. Not to say like Jackie Kennedy didn't marry for money, but like, I'm sorry. And like Jackie Kennedy, like, I'm sorry. No, no way. Never. So, all right, guys. This was thanks. I know some of you were offended by the content. It's not it's not it was not the purpose of this, obviously, right? To offend anybody. It's just like getting to the truth, okay? So this is it. I don't think it was that graphic, right? So I think it was interesting for my house. Wow. So All right, guys. So have a good night. Okay, I'm gonna hang up because I have to go. But there's so many questions. Oh my God, I still have questions from the old list. Okay. So, all right. See you later. See you later. Okay. 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 Bye.